So little Larry tries to shoot the swamp ape,
Okay.
and he takes the shot. He's got a tranquilizer gun, right? And he thinks he misses because nothing happens. And Lexi abducts them because they shot at her partner. And then she brings the swamp ape back up on board, and he's unconscious at this point. And then when he wakes up, he looks at Ronnie Earl, little Larry, and says, "You two guys are assholes." But he talks in burps.
Oh, wow.
He's pretty disgusting, so that's why people don't talk to him very much. So then little Larry pushes the wrong button or something and makes the ship crash in the desert, and so Ronnie Earl helps her put the ship back together. And
it sounds like, I mean, you got that. This is all going to be filmed. You can do footage. You could do a whole scene.
Well, that's what's in my head. How much we can actually accomplish, I don't know. That's a pretty major undertaking.
Yeah, you have to be careful about, of course, how much effort you put into the graphical development side. So there's got to be a balance there. We have to get a machine out in a reasonable time frame. So we have to figure out the right things to put on that LCD so that we can develop them pretty quickly.
Right.
We can't do full motion picture kind of filming, but we can do interesting scenes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it could cut from one scene to another, and
Sure.
of course there'll be things on the LCD that the player can shoot at. Okay, for example, when Ronnie Earl and little Larry are walking around in the swamp,
Right.
they stir up bubbles of swamp gas, and the bubbles of swamp gas rise up above their heads. So now you can hit these bubbles with a pinball.
Oh,
And when you
okay.
do, you hear a nice fart sound because it's swamp gas. And then it turns into a bonus feature or something. I mean, there could be extra balls or anything in the swamp gas. You never know what's in swamp gas. And all this came out of my head somehow.
Wow. And you got to make it into a pinball machine.
Oh, we're going to try.
Dennis is designing his upper playfield to fit in our machine, yeah. So
Yes, and my playfield design is the layout. I think is pretty good right at this point. It needs. I need to finish all the parts. You know, the wire ramps are just placeholders and stuff right now, and none of the parts are really detailed. But I think the basic layout is there.
Are we going to be? Do we have drawings and sketches of the playfield?
I don't really want to show the playfield
Okay.
yet. I don't want to show the toys or anything yet. It's up to Jerry though.
no, here we're going to show. We have some of our art developed, some of the assets we're going to put in the game, some of the things we're going to put on our side art and our translate and on the LCD, and we're going to start showing those. And we have a new artist who's amazing. He's developed our first few assets. That's what we're going to talk about here.
I hear what's really cool and what is that he's a 3D artist.
Oh.
So once he develops a character,
Right.
we can put her in any pose.
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to draw different poses all the time.
And we can animate her in real time. Animate the ship, animate the characters in the game
Right.
in real time on the game.
On the game. And so it can react to what's happening on the playfield.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now the ship is. I wanted it to be different from the standard spaceships you see that are black and gray, so I went back to the 50s, and it's like UFO shaped, but it's got chrome on it, and it's bright red and yellow, and it's influenced by 1950s UFO toys,
Okay.
but it's got a modern twist to it. And Roy did just a tremendous job on that. Poor Roy, he'd draw something, and then Jerry and I would just jump all over him. And, well, you got to change this, you got to change that, you got to change this. And he was so agreeable to work with. He loved taking the direction.
Oh, that's cool.
It was amazing, and he did just a tremendous job. And we're both very anal about how Lexi looks. And
of course.
she's still not perfect
Yeah.
yet, but she'll get there because he's made in a short amount of time, he's made tremendous advances.
So you're going to have to find for the shows, you're going to find Alexi, like you found in.
Boy, wouldn't
you
that be
found
cool?
Nellie.
Like we found, no, she's Melanie.
Oh, Melanie. I mean, yeah.
Nellie's the horse.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm sorry.
You can get one of those too.
You're right. You got to get a horse too. That's right. All right, you guys, great. We're looking forward to the talk and the game, and thank you. And this is exciting. So,
It is exciting. I'm going down a road that I've never been down before, and that's what's exciting. You know, what is this going to turn out to be? What discoveries are we going to make? You know, so that's what's exciting to me.
There's so much new technology in this game.
Yeah. How do we blend all this? How do we blend the physical and the video all together?
But keep it playing like a physical pinball. We're not developing a video game. We're developing a pinball machine, but we're introducing video elements to it. So it's a trick to do that without turning off some of the people that like physical pinball.
Well, yeah, and again,
we enhance the physical game by adding these virtual elements. Essentially, our video elements are going in the center of the playfield, where it's usually just a piece of wood, a painted piece of wood with blinking inserts. So we're not really getting rid of anything. We're adding our virtual elements, our graphics, our dynamic artwork to the game. We're enhancing the experience. We're not replacing anything.
All the game information and rules and directions and where to go is right in front of your face where it should be. It's not up on the back box where players don't even see the dot matrix display. So that's another interesting thing that I like about it.
So we have a piece of Lexan covering our monitor so that it's protected from the ball.
Okay.
And then we built some technology over top of that. So we can't have things physically touching the screen, like mechanisms or whatever, because they'd get in the way of that ball tracking. But for example, if you look at our flippers and our slingshots, we call them floating flippers and floating slingshots because they physically suspend above them. There's an air gap below the flippers, between the flippers and the playfield. So, I mean, you can think about ways Dennis could implement features, or I don't know, hanging pop bumpers, or any kind of features that are suspended off from the side or the back could be placed in the area of the LCD.
Cool.
And you can change the name of features, or like if you have an array of spot bullseye targets on a regular pinball game, they're always the same name.
Oh, right.
On this game, they can change.
Yeah, feature names, awards, real-time instructions, arrows telling you which shot to hit. We can play.
Oh yeah, it's video. Yeah, video. You can do it.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. That's right.
But you're still keeping the real ball.
Real ball, real
the
flippers,
the ball is still wild.
Real ramps, real loops, real targets, drop targets, scoops, everything that's standard in a pinball machine.
And in my layout, I'm doing things to bring back the ball as wild, because on a lot of modern games, the ball isn't wild.
No, yeah.
There's 7 skill shots, and that's it. So I'm doing a few small things to bring some wildness.